Pete'sTools.com.
G'day guys, Pete's Tools, how are you all going today? Hey, what I'm going on about today guys is if you're working out on the farm or you're out on your ranch and you need to do some repairs or that sort of stuff, most of the time you're not working with clean steel. Even if you're fixing the old tractor in the workshop, it's going to be covered in crap and all sorts of stuff. So the purpose of my video today guys is I'll show you what sort of plasma cutter you need to cut up shit like this. Now I've found this in a river, it's been there for about 10 years. Do you reckon a cheap Chinese plasma cutter can cut something like this? Anyway guys, same as usual, you like my videos, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, come say good day in the comments below. And let's go cutting up some shit. Yeehaw! So guys, I was out from a walk the other day and I was walking down a bank of a river and I seen this sticking out of the mud. I reckon it's been there for 5 or 10 bloody years, so I thought to myself, let's take that home and see if I can cut it up with a cheap plasma cutter. What do you reckon guys? Do you reckon I can cut this up? Let's have a go, eh? Hee-haw! And you're going to need a special sort of plasma cutter to cut this up, and it's not going to cost you any more than about 200 bucks. So if we have a look at it guys, it's about 5 mil thick. It was probably about 8 mil when it first started out like this. But I mean, a lot of it's rusted off and it just shows you how dirty and crappy it is. It's still got all the dirt and the crap up here, as you can see. So let's see what sort of plasma cutter we need to cut this up. I know this is a pretty bad sort of example, guys, but like I said to you before, most of you are working with rusty steel and that sort of stuff. Unless you're manufacturing new stuff in your workshop, you're going to be doing repairs on tractors and underneath bloody cars and all sorts of things, combine harvesters and that sort of thing. Because a lot of guys in New Zealand are farmers that have plasma cutters, and it just makes it a whole heap easier to get your jobs fixed up and out of the way in so much less time rather than using an angle grinder or something like that. Anyway, let's have a go, eh? Right guys, let's first have a go with the Cut 40, my old machine, and this is a non-pilot arc machine. So what I'm going to do is going to use the same earth, going to use exactly the same torch on both machines, and we'll see how we go. So I'll just change the torch over guys. And if you watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I like these sort of machines, the Chinese versions of these, because all the torches are interchangeable and you can go from a big torch to a little torch and chop and change depending what job you're doing. Now I had this machine here for about the last 7 years. It was the first machine I ever bought and I could only afford the non-pilot arc version of it, because back then I think this cost me about $750. This is just when the inverter technology was coming out, and the pilot arc version of this I think was about $1,200. But now the whole thing has changed. You can get a pilot arc machine like this, which is actually 10 amps more than this machine, for about $199. So, you know, things just move on. So we'll have a look and we'll see what these machines can do. Now because this is not a pilot arc machine, I'm just going to leave the pilot arc wire off. And we'll just swap the earth over too, guys. There we go, like so. And because this is so rusted, guys, I'm just going to put the earth on the table here. If we can't get enough power out of it, I'll try and move it up to here. But it's pretty sort of yucky. Alright guys, we'll kick this machine in the guts. Up to 40 amps. Give it a crack, Nigel. See if we can cut it. See, we're not having much luck here, guys. See this? So let's try another bit, guys. See, it's blowing all the shit off it, but it's not cutting. See, it's blowing all the rust off it. See that, guys? So you might be saying to yourself, guys, well, that machine's not even turned on. So if I earth this piece of clean steel here on the table, and I'll try and lean it across at the same time so I don't burn myself. So we'll go at that, Pete. See that, guys? It's on the table at that end. Yeah! Now the same thing here. See that? It just won't go. Now if you're lying out on the ranch somewhere under a bloody combine harvester or a tractor or something like that, last thing you want to do is have your machine not bloody working when you're trying to cut a lump of steel off or weld something together or something like that. So that's why I prefer a pilot arc machine. I'll change over now to the cheaper machine and I'll show you what that does. So if we switch this one off, guys, and we'll do the same thing again, I'll put the same torch back onto this other machine. And like I say, guys, the technology has moved that far ahead now, and they're manufacturing that much faster that it's a hell of a lot cheaper than when I first bought a machine. And the quality, I think, is just the same. So I'll put the pilot arc wire in, guys. I'll put my torch switch in here. Get that wire out of the way, Pete. Perfectamundo, and then I'll put the earth lead in here. Like so. So there we go, and we'll kick that one in the guts. So we've got the pilot arc set up now, guys. See that? We're running at 50 amps. Rightio, to get back to a bit of manky old steel. And let's see if this sucker can actually cut it. Same torch, same earth, same everything, guys. Different machine. But remember, this is the cheaper machine. Here we go, guys, look at that. Hee-haw! Hee-hee! Now, is that one piece of manky steel, or is that one piece of manky steel? That's what I mean, guys. If you're going to get a plasma cutter, get a pilot arc plasma cutter any day of the week, because you won't regret it, trust me. And the difference in price these days is between about $20 and $50. So, you know, that's nothing. When you're lying in the mud under a damn tractor or trying to fix something that's got rust on it, you'll be cursing and swearing that you didn't listen to Pete when he told you to buy the pilot arc machine and not the little bit cheaper one. Yeah! So guys, see what I mean? Pilot arc every time. So there you go, guys. I recommend pilot arc any day of the week. It's not like it used to be when I first brought this machine. Like I said, you know, there'd be a $400 difference. There's 20 or 30 or 50 bucks difference. So just buy the pilot arc. And you won't be cursing and swearing at yourself when you're lying in the mud or you're trying to cut something up that you shouldn't cut up. And you know how it is, guys. Anyway, that's about it for me, guys. If you want to see a review on a couple of cheap plasma cutters, $199 one and a $249 or $239 or something like that, I'll put a link either side. You can check that out. Always remember to subscribe to my channel if you like what I see. Drop a note in the comments below if you found a better plasma cutter. And we'll see you next time, eh?
Pete'sTools.com.